Shae. Hey guys, this is Shae with Chalkn with Shae. Today we're going to make a really fun garland wreath, a Valentine's garland wreath. So let's see. I'm going to, while I'm waiting for people to pop on, I'm just going to share this to my VIP group. Okay. I'm really sick tonight. I've got a bad cold. Hey Debbie and Christina. Okay, here we go. So I am really excited about tonight's project. I've been wanting to do it for a while. So it's going to be a Valentine's garland. Hi Kelly. Okay, but the first thing that we're going to, okay, so I have already cut out, if you guys can see this, I've pre-cut the ribbon that we're going to use. We're going to be using oh geez, my TV just turned on. Okay. We're going to be using burlap and this red candy stripe type of color, pink, and black and white gingham. Okay, so I have cut these into 8-inch strips. That's all you have to do. And this whole bundle here was just one spool of ribbon at the same time. Excuse me, I'm kind of reading as I'm talking and I'm not thinking clearly. All of these ribbons here is just one spool of each color. So that's probably all that you're going to need. You can also fill in with some different colored felt of your preference, like a red or pink felt, whichever color is going to match the project that you're using. You can fill in with that, which is a lot cheaper than ribbon, of course. So that makes some really good filler. Okay, and we're going to take these tags. Let's see. Oh, Debbie, you're going to have to watch the replay. Can fabric be washed after you painted? Well, we're not painting the fabric, but if you're talking about fabric in general, when you ink on that, I'm actually using chalk tonight, but if you were to ink on any other kind of fabric, yes, you can wash that. Okay, so I'm going to be using our tags tonight. These we got for Christmas time, but they're staying in our new catalog, so I'm really excited because these have so many different uses. I mean, gobs and gobs of different uses. So that's what I'm going to be using. And so I'm going to be writing out Be Mine. So I need B-E-M-I-N-E. And I have 4 left over. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with our tags. And we're going to use this adorable polka dot pattern. Oh, thanks, Kelly. I do feel nasty. I came home from leadership conference and I had a sore throat. And I don't usually get sore throats with colds, and so that's what made me think this one's going to be a doozy. And it has been. All right, so I've had this cute, let's see what it's called, polka dot pattern. And on the back there, it shows you what the pattern is. But I've had this for a long time, and I have not used it yet. And I thought this was the perfect project to use it for. Okay, so we don't need this whole big sheet. Oh, gosh, I don't want to forget this. At Leadership, we got new denim aprons. So I'm just going to cover up the Bengals guy because the Bengals football sucks this year. So let me start, I'm going to start using the apron, because sometimes I do get some chalk on my clothes. Not too often, but when you do something all the time, you tend to get a little messy. I'm struggling to do this behind my back, sitting down. Let me just stand up here real quick. I'm coming, guys. Okay. Oh, okay, yes, t-shirts you can definitely wash with our ink. Okay, so since we do not need this whole sheet, and because it's not easy working with a full big pattern like this when you're working on a small surface, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut this off. I'm just going to kind of cut it like into thirds. I'm going to try to cut it straight. Okay. I'm not sure if I should have measured this and I did not. That was stupid of me. And if I could have cut that a little better. But it's okay. We'll get this figured out. Okay, so we're going to use this gorgeous Mauvelous color. Hi, Judy. Thanks for joining. This is Mauvelous. I love, love, love this color pink. Okay, here's a stir stick. I haven't done too many lives lately just because we had Christmas and then I was sick, and then we had New Year's, and then I've been getting ready for our well, then I had my Christmas with my family that first week in January, and then the following week I had leadership conference, so it's really been a lot of stuff going on, making it hard to get on and do these lives. Okay, so I'm just going to fuzz this whole thing. I moved my camera, so I hope you guys can see me a little bit better than you could before. You're kind of more straight on versus up in the air. Okay. So we're going to do all of these tags with the same transfer. So I'm going to try to do as many as I can here. I better line these up exactly right. Here's another great thing about our self-healing mat is it has lines on it, so you can line up your project just perfectly. Okay, so we're going to be able to do 4 at once here, and then I'll just have 2 more to go. All right, so here we go. Yeah, I know, Kelly, I do have to give myself a break. I actually had a team call tonight, which I canceled. So that was me giving myself a break. This is going to be so sweet and cute. And this is sticking really well. Some of our transfers have been a little, what's the word, not as sticky as they should be lately, like the Christmas trees. If any of you guys are familiar with our transfers and our Christmas trees, they were kind of loose and hard to, like they didn't stick as well as they should have. And the reason for that is exactly what I thought was the reason, is because they needed to, like when they make these transfers, there's like a certain, look how cute it is. Isn't that adorable? So there's a real science to getting it exactly right with the stickiness. So first they had it too sticky, and then they didn't have it sticky enough. So they're just trying to get that exact right combination. And since this one is an older transfer, the stickiness is, I think, pretty perfect here. I want to take these out one by one. It's going to be really cute. Okay, now this one's kind of crooked, so I'm going to change that. I hear the flu is going around again. I heard a lot of our designers who were at leadership conference somehow got the flu. We were in Arizona. Now what I have is not the flu, and I got a flu shot. Mine's just a cold. Okay, these are so cute. All right, so now I think I'm gonna just put this whole thing in my bucket of water. Hi, Penny. Okay, that's gonna soak in there for a bit. So we just have a couple more here to do. Okay, so I'm going to cut this up again, just because I'm a little on the lazy side tonight, and I don't feel like washing that transfer. It's okay to be lazy when you have extras. Now, if I ever had like a 12 by 12 size frame, which our Sylvie's are, or at least one of our Sylvie's is, and I wanted to use this exact, like if I wanted the whole thing to be polka dot, I wouldn't be able to use these because I've already cut them up, so I would have to get another one. And that's fine. I'm okay with that because this is my business, so I don't mind buying extras of stuff. Just makes life easier. Oh gosh, Stephanie, your son got the flu shot last year and got the flu still. Did he get it this year, the flu shot? I have heard that you can still get the flu even though you get the flu shot. I guess you're just taking your chances, but the way I see it, if you don't get the flu shot, then you definitely have a chance to get the flu. But if you do get the flu shot, then you are at least helping your chances to not get the flu. Now, the reason I get the flu shot is because the first, one time, gosh, I don't know how many, it was probably like a good 12 years ago. My husband and I got the flu, and it was, I remember my daughter was in preschool at the time, so that was, gosh, like, well, that was maybe 14 years ago. The doctor said it would have been much worse if he wouldn't have had the shot. Okay, that's good to know. So anyways, so we had gotten the flu, and it was so bad. I remember my husband and I both had it at the same time, and we were both taking turns running to the bathroom because we were throwing up so much. And our daughter had to get to preschool, and normally I would have just skipped it, not let her go. But back then, you know, I was a brand new mom. I'm like, oh my gosh, my child cannot skip preschool. Like, you just can't do that. But now, after all these years of school, I realize, yeah, she can skip school. However, it was my job to take another girl to preschool because she was at a daycare, and I was taking both of them to preschool, and then they paid me to get her there and back every time, back to the, because the babysitter lived in our neighborhood. So I went to their babysitter's house, picked up this other girl, and took them to preschool. So I felt so bad canceling because I thought, well, I don't want this little girl to not be able to go to school because I have the flu. So my husband and I were fighting over who was going to take the girls to school. And I won that, or I lost that battle. So I had to get up and take them. And I was just praying that I wouldn't throw up on the way. And luckily I did not. God spared me. And so anyways, this flu was so bad that it lasted for 3 weeks. And I vowed to myself never, ever, 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 ever to get the flu again. So that was when I started getting flu shots. But on top of that, I have asthma. It's a pretty mild case, but nonetheless, it's still asthma. So my doctors want me to get the flu shot every year. And I know that there's a lot of debate about whether or not they're good, and I've heard all the horror stories that you can possibly hear. My husband doesn't approve of them either, but everyone's got to do what they feel is best for themselves, and so I'm the only one in my family who gets it, and I figure they might feel differently if they get the flu one day. Now, my husband did get the flu that time, but he's not a go to the doctor type of person in general, so he's not going to be inclined to just go and get a flu shot. Okay, so these are done, and they are super duper cute. So now what we have to do is we have to add, and this is the Carnival font, which I don't use that often. In fact, I'm wondering if I've ever used it. So that's what I'm going to use, and I'm going to make that in black. But I'm debating, I think I'm going to start stringing up the Garland first. Actually, I can't. I'm going to have to do the words first, because it'll be hard to get that off of there later, or on. Okay, so let me put this Mauvelous away. I don't know what it is about this pink, but I absolutely love it. I am not a pink girl at all. Let's see, Kelly, you said you sell the self-healing mat, and now after all these ones that you are using, they have different colors? Do they have different color mats? If that's what you mean, no, we just have the one color mat. If that's not what you mean, let me know. Okay, so let's line these up again. They're pretty dry, but I'm gonna just be doubly sure that they're dry. Okay. All right, time for the letters. I'm in the middle of two different blacks here because one is getting low. Yikes, this one is getting you have a lot of health problems. You get the flu shot and pneumonia shot every year and you haven't had the flu for years. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's working for you. Okay, we're just going to use a metal, oh gosh, this is super hard. We're not going to be able to use that one tonight. So I'm going to just keep putting water in that, and I'm going to let that soak for a bit. Meanwhile, we're going to use this other black. They both needed water. Okay, I loosened this one up real good. Okay, so we're going to need to use the E twice. You want to make sure you line it up real good. And you want to put it down a little. I'm actually going to put it down like 2/3 of the way down, because we're going to have the ribbon up here and I don't want it to hide the bee. So you don't want it exactly perfectly centered. You want it down a little bit. Okay, yes, this mat is Chalk Couture and I don't know what size it is. Let me see if I have my measuring. It looks to be 24 by 18 by 24 with a little bit of edging around it. Okay, I think I'm actually going to save time, I'm going to put all of the letters out at the same time. I want to line this up. I just need to make sure it's even. So these lines are really helpful right now. Okay, so because I lined it up, I can see that this E is a little higher than the B. Now, you know, it's probably not going to be too noticeable once I get it all on the garland. But just in case it is going to be noticeable, I want to make sure, I don't want to have a problem later. Oh, actually I should have been, I really should have been fuzzing these. Ugh. I did not fuzz those first two, so if I have any issues, that's going to be why. Okay, let's line this up. That looks pretty good. N. So luckily the only letter we are duplicating is the E. And since we're using the same color, I can easily just bring it right over and do a second one pretty easily. Can any microfiber towel get rid of the fuzz? Hi, Barbara. Okay, so Kelly, yes. However, our towels has like a fuzzing. This side is like a normal towel, and the back side is a microfiber. So the microfiber is really good for drying the transfers, and then the other side is good for the fuzzing. So I don't know what kind of microfiber towels are out there, but a normal towel, yes, can be used for the fuzzing. Okay, I'm going to use a mini squeegee. I think it'll just be easier to have control over the the transfer. That looks awesome. Okay, so I'm going to do the E in a minute. I'm going to do the M before that E. This is going to be just super duper cute. If anybody is watching this and you're new to Chalk Couture, Chalk Couture is a direct sales company where we sell all of these products to do DIY home decor. We sell the chalk, surfaces, transfers, anything that you need to make beautiful designs. We also have a whole inking line where you can make fabric. You can use these stencils on fabric. So you can make shirts, pillows, you can even ink on jeans and all kinds of things. Okay, so I'm going to let these dry for a minute while I work on the E's. Okay, one. Here you want to work super fast because that chalk could dry inside the transfer before I get done with the second E. But that worked perfect, so we are good to go. And we're done with the chalking part of our project. So I'm going to put this away. So that it doesn't dry out. Okay, so now I want to make sure that these are perfectly dried before I go smudging them up. I want to make sure that it's completely, perfectly dry because I'm going to be putting these on the garland first. That's the first thing to get put on, and so it's going to take a lot of wear and tear right now. And actually, I need to find my tape. Oh, here it is, right here. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to try to measure out, I think 6 feet is the size that I need. That is going to be kind of hard to measure. I don't quite, you know what I'm going to do? I know that I am 5 foot, so I'm just going to measure it that way. Uh-oh, what am I standing on? Okay, this looks perfect. Okay, so this is 5 foot. So I'm just gonna unwind a little more for 1 more foot. And that's approximately 6 foot. It doesn't need to be exact. Okay, so we got that. Now, the next step is, let me think. If you get that towel, will it say what side to fuzz with, what side to dry with? I don't know if it says in the directions, but it's just the side that looks like a kitchen towel, for example, like it has that kind of terry cloth feel to it. That's the size that you need. I mean, that's the side that you need to be using for the fuzzing. Okay, so now I have to think this carefully through because what I'm going to be using is these cute little farmhouse beads, and I think I'm going to attach the tags with this. Well, this is just going to be trial and error here. If this works out good, then we're good. If not, then I'll have to figure out another solution. Okay, so I'm going to tie this to here, but first I'm going to add a farmhouse bead. And it's going to be so cute. Okay, so I just tied that in a knot. I'm not sure if that's the exact right way to do it, but it is super cute. Okay, so I'm going to do that with all of them, all of these letters. I find that the ribbons, you need a, let's see if this moves. Yeah, that moves, so that's good. The ribbons need to be about 8 inches because that gives you enough space to tie a knot, like enough leverage to tie a knot. You might not need as much with this, I'm drawing a blank, this twine. So at the end I might end up like trimming some of the edges off. But for right now, we're going to go with that. And probably I'll put extra ribbon in between the B and the mine just to separate the color or the words. I think I cut that a little too long. This twine is working perfectly. Yeah, I cut that too long. These farmhouse beads are really all the rage right now. I don't know how things get so popular. This one is reluctant to come through. You can see that these letters are taking a little beating as I get it all put together. I feel like might be maybe a better way of attaching this farmhouse bead to it, but I don't know what that is. So we're just gonna have to go with it. Gotta just improvise and learn as you go. I've learned so much over this past year. Thank you, Mary. I've learned so much over this past year since I've been with Chalk Couture. So just to give you a little bit of history about me, I was with another direct sales company for 7 years, and it was not in the crafting industry at all. And but I always loved crafts. Like, I was a scrapbooker, but it had been a long time since I had been in any of the crafting stores and done anything crafty like. And even at that, like I said, I was a scrapbooker, but I was not just a regular crafty type of person. So over this past year, while watching the things that other designers have done and being able to ask questions to find out the answers to how people do things, I have learned so much. And so that's the really great thing about this company, is that the sharing is really, really great, and the help is really, really great. Everyone is so helpful. All you have to do is ask a simple question and they've got the answer. So I've been able to learn a ton of stuff. Okay, so that is the beginning part. So now what we do is we want to add the ribbon. So here's where you're going to want to come up with a pattern. So I'm going to, let me see, I'm just going to get my pattern together. I'm going to do like, what have we got here? Okay, so we have 3 colors. We've just got the 4 different patterns / colors. So here's where I think that I might add in some felt later. Hi, Kathy. I feel like 4 is not enough, but maybe it is. Okay, so here on the ends is where you're going to want to tie a knot so that you can get a little loop, de-loop, so that you can attach this, you know, like if you want to hang it by a hook or something. And honestly, I don't know the exact right way to tie a knot into here. There's probably much better ways than how I'm trying to do it here. But like I said, improvise till you learn a better way is how I do stuff. Yeah, so this is not the best way to do this, because already I'm messing it up. That's really all I need. And I think I'm going to tie it in one more knot, just so that it's not loose. There we go, perfect. Okay, see, I improvised and I got it. Okay, now we want to do the other side. And see, now I don't even think I'm doing this the same way I just did that other one. But that works too. Okay, now it's time for the ribbon. So I'm just going to go ahead and start tying ribbon. And all you have to do is tie a knot. That's all there is to it. So you can see where you need about 8 inches of ribbon. And try to get it. You really only need to tie it the one time. So you don't even need to do it a whole, you don't need to do a whole knot. You just tie it once. And the great thing is that this ribbon, see, now that it's on, I can see where maybe I could trim it. But for now, it seems to be okay. It just really all depends on how you want the look to be. If you want more ribbon, or if you want it to be shorter. It's just really up to what you want. Okay, so that's our 4 ribbons. So you can see this is going to be super cute once we get it all laid in here. Now, oh shoot, I was going to add some of these beads throughout, but I already tied the knot, so I can't do that. All right, that's okay. I don't really need it. Okay, so we have the 1 pattern, so now let's go back and start all over again. So no matter how you look at this, you're gonna need 8 inches of ribbon. You wanna get coordinating colors. Obviously. And the great thing is that you can use this, you can make one of these for every single holiday. I had made one for Christmas. The other cool thing is that you can totally make these like while you're watching TV. Or I was at my parents' house one day I think I made it around November time. And as we were just sitting there with the family talking and gabbing and, you know, hanging out. Actually, I think it might have even been October is when I made it. And as we were just sitting there talking, I was creating this beautiful garland. Of course, everybody wanted to know what I was doing. So, well, I am making a beautiful garland. Wait until you see it. And it turned out fabulous. So you can use, see, you can see it's starting to look really cute. You can use our chalkable chips for this too. Those look really cute. So that's what I had used for my Christmas one. I used our chalkable chips. And it turned out really cute. But I have that put away with all my Christmas decor. Hi, Angel. Okay, so see, now I've already forgotten my pattern. After this, I think I start over. Okay, we've got pink. Pink and then the burlap. So now if I decided that I wanted to add another color and I was going to add the felt to it, these just move apart. So all you have to do is move it, separate it a little, add your felt, and you're good to go. So I don't know if I had picked enough ribbon. Like I said, I just used one spool of ribbon and cut it into the 8-inch strips. And actually, I don't know if this is evenly spaced either. That could be a problem. Okay, so that is like that. So I think what I want to do is I want to start going in between each letter. And I'm going to try to keep with the pattern. Now, if you mess up the pattern, it's really not a huge deal. I mean, it's really not. Because nobody is ever going to notice once you get it up on a, you know, wherever you're going to put it. Now, I'm going to hang this one on my mantle. And then I'm going to put some other Valentine's decor to go with it. And I think that's going to be really pretty. Okay, so I have the 4 ribbons here in between the B and the E. And I wonder if that's going to be enough. I'm going to push it a little closer. I'm going to do one more. So once I get this up on my wall, it could look completely, you know, like, it's a little tricky because I think because I have the words here versus just pictures. Like if I just had our regular icon, like the Chalkable chips, you wouldn't notice as much because we've got words versus just pictures. So these words are a little trickier than if I were to just use whatever. So once I get it up on the mantelpiece, or on the mantle, I'm going to want to adjust the letters some, probably, to get it exactly just right. I'm just trying to visualize it in my head as I'm working here. Oh, so anyway, so I was saying that I used one spool of ribbon for this, cut up into the 8-inch strips. And then if you need to add more to it, just grab yourself 2 ribbons and then you should be fine. Oh, you guys can't even see that. It's really, really cute. Okay, so I have 2 sets of the ribbon in between the B and the mine. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 4 sets of the ribbon in between the B and the mine. Actually, I meant to say 4 sets of ribbon in between the B and the E, and now I'm going to do, let me start all over. 2 sets of the 4 ribbons in between the B and the E. So now I'm going to do 4 sets of the 4 ribbons in between the B and the mine, if that makes sense. And I think I'm probably going to need some more ribbon. And that's okay, because I have extra here. And if I wanted, I did get some other ribbon that would go. I have, this one is hearts, and this one says Happy Valentine's Day. So I have lots of great things that I can mix in with this. Now this burlap is just, this is what it looks like. It's just, you know, a big thing of burlap. And I cut that, I just cut off rows of it, and then, or I cut off a big strip, and then I had to cut it into rows. Okay, so that was one. I need 3 more. So what I'm going to do while we're on live here is I'm going to finish up the 4. Finish up the sets of 4 in between the bee and the mine, and then I'm going to let you guys go, because you understand how this works now after seeing this. So you guys know all you need to know to make your own garland ribbon, garland wreath rather. Okay, that was 2. We need 2 more. I really love these colors. It's fun to find coordinating colors. I think I'm definitely going to have to cut more ribbon. Now, when I was making the Christmas one, I got stuck because I could not find the ribbon that I had used for it. I couldn't find any extras in the store. They were already sold out of them. So that's where you're going to want to fill in with like felt or something like that, and then you just separate all the pieces so that you get it intermixed with it. That was 3. And I'm going to take a picture of this when it's done, and I will put that in the comments here so you guys can see. Was that 4? You guys, I forget. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4. Okay. So now the next one is mine. So let me show you what we have so far. Super, super cute. Do you guys like it? Isn't that really cute? So this is going to be super cute on my mantle. And notice how, since I had made the letters down 2/3 of the way, these ribbons here are not covering up those letters. So that was smart of me to do, if I must say so myself. Okay, so this is the beginning part. I am going to finish the rest of this later, but you guys know exactly how to make your own wreath. So if you guys could just do me a favor, if you are new to Chalk Couture, comment below new, #new. If you are, if you would like to come to my house for, I do monthly craft nights, so if you would like to come to my house for one of those, please comment below craft night. And let's see. Oh, make sure you guys join my VIP group, because I am starting to do a lot more over there than I was doing before. So I've got all of my specials and discounts. I'm going to be adding all sorts of bundles. And there's just all sorts of, I've got training videos on there, like how-to videos, how to do Chalk Couture, and you know, just really great tutorials. So that's all over there. So you guys want to make sure that you join that VIP group. So comment below VIP, and then I will get you the link to join that. So if you guys have any questions at all about anything, please let me know. Right now we are having a joining special where when you join in January, you get 2 extra transfers for free. So Chalk Couture doesn't typically do specials, but they are doing one this month. So if you are interested in joining, now is the time. So Let me know if there's anything I can help you guys with, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.